is Miss Yates again, and we're going to talk some more about sounds. Now we know that sounds are important because we know that words are made up of sounds, and that reading begins with the sounds that we hear. We've talked about rhyming and how we can tell if a word rhymes or not. We've talked about giving that thumbs up to tell if it rhymes. So if I said hook and cook, say those words with me, hook, cook. Do those words rhyme? Let's use our thumbs up. We have ook and k-ook. We have ook and ook. Do those words sound exactly the same right here when my mouth is saying ook and ook? Yes, they do. Well, I'm going to show you some pictures here, and you're going to tell me which words rhyme. So we have a picture here of a tail. We have this dog and his tail here. We also have a tap. She's tapping the girl on the shoulder, tap. And then we have a pail. The pail means the same thing as a bucket. So we have tail, tap, pail. So which words rhyme? Let's try. Do tail and tap rhyme? T-ale, t-ap. Do ale and ap sound the same? No, they do not, but that is tricky because you hear that t sound here when Miss Yates is holding her thumb, but that doesn't mean they rhyme. We have t-ale, t-ap. What about tail and pail? Do we have t-ale, p-ale? Do we have rhyming words there? Ale and ale. Yes, we do. Very good. So we can take this down. We have tail and pail. Very good. So while you're at home today, I want you to be thinking about some rhyming words. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do something new. We're going to talk about the sounds and where they are in words. We talked about tail and tap because they had that first sound that was the same. We had t-ale and t-ap, and they both began with t-t. So we have some words we're going to learn. We have initial or first, we have medial or middle, and we have final or last. So we have the first, the middle, and the last are initial, medial, and final sounds. So if I thought of the word tap, think of that word, tap. Let's sound that out together. Point to the screen. T, a, p. We have t, a, p. We have t in initial position. That means that's the first sound that I hear. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about initial sound or first sound. So I'm going to show you some cards and I'm going to tell you the name, and I want you to tell me what sound you hear in the beginning, the first or initial sound you hear in these words. Here we have sun. Say that. Sun. Here we have sad. Say that word. Sad. And here we have sail. Say that. Sail. Let's say those again. We have sun, sad, and sail. What word do you hear in the beginning of those? We have sun, sad, and sail. What word is in initial or first position? What sound is in initial or first position? You are right. We have s. Can you make that sound? S. Your teeth are together. You're kind of sounding like the hissing of a snake, aren't you? S. Next, we're going to look at some other pictures here. We're going to look at pot. Say it. Pie. Say it. And pig. Say it. We have pot, pie, and pig. What sound do you hear in initial or first position there? Pot, pie, and pig. We have p-ot, p-I, and p-ig. What sound do you hear? P, p, p. Now make sure when you're making your sounds that you're making those clean and crisp and you don't have at the end of them. We're really bad in South Alabama to have that It's not p, it's p, p. So we have p-ot, p-I, p-ig. So our initial or first sound is p. Then we have cap, say it, cab, say it, and cat, say it. Cap, cab, cat. What sound do you hear in initial position in those? Sounds all the same. Cap, cab, cat. If you said k, k is what you hear in initial position, you are correct. We have k-ap, k-ab, and k-at. Very good. Remember, clean, crisp sounds. We have k. We're going to do two words where we're going to put them together and then take them apart. So I want you to echo after me. Say popcorn. Say it. Popcorn. Put them together. Popcorn. Make one word. Popcorn. But what if I said, I'm going to say popcorn and I want you to tell me the two different words you hear in there. So if Miss Yates said popcorn, you would say pop and corn. Great job. Let's try one more. Let's try something we don't see in South Alabama very often. Snowflake. Put them together. We have snowflake. What if I said take those apart? If I said snowflake, you would say snow and flake. Very good. So we put them together and take them apart. Now the last thing we ended with yesterday, the ending or final thing we ended was our itsy bitsy spider. And has anybody been thinking about what's happened to that itsy bitsy spider? I hope he's doing okay. And I hope you were able to tell your teacher. So let's talk about that. Let's do the first two lines. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed that spider out. What happened next to him? Does anybody remember? Out came the sun and dried up all that rain. And what did the itsy bitsy spider do? The itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. If that's what you guessed, you were correct. Let's do that all together. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Very good. When you see your teacher next, I want you to say that whole rhyme to her about the itsy bitsy spider. Say it together. Thank you, and I will see you in the next episode.